Hello, everybody. Oh.
I'm way over here.
Ah. Ah.
Hello.
Hey. Oh, wait, maybe.
We just have to adjust to our new setup.
Oops, wrong way.
It's like, yeah, you're really zoomed in.
That's better.
Hi,
everybody.
I'm Jenny.
I'm Paul.
And we are Palette Knives Out.
That we are.
Hopefully, sound is good. Let us know. I guess. Oh, good evening, Dolphin. Let's see. Who's Dolphin? That's Marlene, right?
Yeah.
That's Marlene. Good evening, Marlene. Good to see you on here. And so we are going to do a fun painting that Paul designed.
Yeah, we are.
So let's go ahead and. You want me to zoom in?
Go ahead and zoom in. Look at this. Oh, it's all black. There's a lot of black on this painting.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had fun developing this one. I developed it while I actually developed on TikTok Live the other night. It was kind of fun. And but I mean, when I was developing it on TikTok Live, it wasn't like I was talking about like telling people what I was doing. I was just painting. I didn't even talk really. So anyway, my camera got a little bit of twist to it. Oh well, I'm not gonna worry about it. So anyway, this was kind of a fun, kind of almost abstract painting, and it really is as weird looking as it is. So I don't know a better way to say it. But anyway, I guess we can go ahead and get started. Let's see. Yeah.
Solstice Star.
Yeah. I just had this weird idea, and let's try it out. Let's see what happens. So let's go to it. Trying to figure out where to put it. Maybe right there. There we go. Okay. So colors we're going to use tonight, and of course you can use any colors you want. But the colors I used were Bahama blue. I used actually a different blue. I used primary blue, but we're going to use phthalo. The primary. I didn't have phthalo when I developed it. White, craft yellow, craft orange, and black. And so we are going to start out with our big brush. Is everybody ready for the holiday?
No. I tried to get work off tomorrow and nobody could cover, so I have to rely on you to clean the house.
That's got to be terrifying.
It is very terrifying.
Okay, so what we're going to start off with is a little bit of Bahama blue. And we're going to, one thing I've noticed about painting in this new spot, we do have little tiny gnats or something once in a while that like to land on the paint. Anyway.
Weird.
What?
That's weird. Where do they come from?
I don't know. I thought you said it's rude, but you're right, that too. So I'm going to paint a circle right here. Maybe about the size of, I don't know, would you say baseball? What's a fruit? Small orange? Okay. I've got one of those little gnats in my wine.
Already?
Well, I don't really want to.
Protein.
Yeah. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is I'm going to think about, we're going to paint some triangles, and they're going to basically start the width of our circle. And this first triangle is going to end way up off the canvas. So actually, if you want to draw a straight line up, let's do that first. Straight line up, straight line down. And we're just going to go maybe half an inch to the right of where that line hits. Same thing, other side. We're going to come down and do the same thing too. Okay, so now I'm going to do a horizontal line. You can go all the way across if you want. Does not matter. Got this one a little bit closer to the edge than the original, but that's okay. Same thing, this is going to go pretty close to the point here. This is all really loose at this point. It's not like exact. Now going to the right, we want to kind of mimic this same angle. As ready as can be. Okay, well, at least now we know you can hear us. Okay, so now the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to make a line that goes like at a 45-degree angle right from this corner here. And it's only going to go out maybe about 3 inches or so. Do that on each side.
Are you painting AI Atlas?
Yeah. I think it's
or three eye Atlas.
3-eye Atlas.
3-eye Atlas.
And I think today is like the day it's supposed to be closest. All right, so now this other lines, we're just going to kind of come in. Like so. Doesn't need to be exact. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take my big brush and I'm just going to brush in the Bahama blue just along the edges of this. Just a brush width. Same thing on the smaller one. Smaller ones are pretty much going to end up filled in. We have had rain like you would never believe this last week.
Yeah, lots of flooding up here.
Power outages, all the fun. I think we had 1.5 inches of rain yesterday, which for Oregon, that's a lot. Like we get, we have a lot of days of rain, but we don't usually get like heavy downpours of rain.
Well, and then we had wind too, so like trees were coming up by their root balls, just tipping right over. Our neighbors on the next street over have a tree across both their cars in their parking lot, in their driveway.
They're so fancy, they have a parking lot. Aren't you glad I have the little heater there?
Yeah, it's still very cold.
Yeah, well, it is 63 degrees in here. I would like to get a more of a hardwired furnace in here, or a heater would be good. All right, so now I'm going to take some white, start filling in this middle circle. We'll do this a couple of times, but then I'm just going to take this color and just brush it up the middle of each of these. You missed a spot. And this should be streaky. We'll come back and we're going to add some streakiness to it. And what will happen is, as this dries, we'll come back in, we'll brighten it up, we'll add some texture. If you look at the original, I'll bring it back real quick. This is just this part that we've just done. It's just a really loose layout, because we'll actually come back and add a lot of texture and fire and things like that. So this is totally like a not atypical Paul kind of painting.
Not at all.
But Jenny said do something Christmas inspired, and here I am. Little gnat, get out of here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just switch to a smaller brush for right now. And the only reason I'm switching is not because I want to do anything small. Oh, I think the computer just it probably has a screensaver. I need to set that. We're using a different computer tonight, so. Mostly I just don't want to get a lot of paint, like heavy amount of paint along this edge.
Using black?
Yep, just black. And the reason I don't want to use a heavy amount of paint is if I use heavy paint, it actually takes a while to dry.
What?
I was kind of fighting that a little bit when I was developing this painting. A little cool in the space, so it.
Luckily, we've got a hairdryer in the other room.
That's true. Actually, we've got a heater right behind us, so could wave it, fan it frantically over the heater. But I was kind of fighting. I was using some different paints last night. I just kind of used. Was it last night that I made it, or night before?
Night before.
Yeah. And
nothing like last minute.
where's your painting?
I actually have one, but I want to do one.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah, I have the snow globe one, but I want to do one that was requested.
Oh, I gotcha.
If I can nail it. So mine will have to be streamed sometime after Sunday and before Christmas, probably.
So much for doing them early so people have Christmas decorations.
I think some of these are more wintry, so they could be, like, I don't mind doing Christmas paintings after Christmas. I like to extend the holiday as long as I can.
How's your mic picking up, Jenny?
Where do I see? Yeah, it looks like it's doing fine.
Doing fine. I bet you there's a lot of people who have Christmas gatherings and activities tonight. Oh,
There are.
that reminds me. I need to see something real quick.
Oh, check and see if Robert got the music going.
Yeah. Let me see if he hasn't messaged, so.
I don't know what time their little gathering was.
What? Well, there's a lot going on today. As far as getting all this ready, you guys probably saw we're in a new location, so that was a little bit making sure everything is working right. Must be working right because people are commenting. Well, we've had a couple. Marlene. Marlene, I think, might be the only one with us right now.
Marlene, are you painting tonight? You'll have to let us know. I'm just curious. I always want to know.
Jenny, I haven't even seen you. This is the first time I've seen you today.
You saw me this morning.
I didn't have my glasses, my reading glasses on yet.
You have to read me?
Yep.
Not in my wine now, too. We would get like a little gnat trap or something.
Yeah. I don't know if they're fruit flies.
I don't think so. I saw one walking across the desk. They look like plant gnats.
Oh, they would be out here.
It'd be hard to breathe in nearby.
No.
Starting, but we'll finish up another time. Yep. We've done a ton of live classes lately, which is partly why it's been hard to just sit down and dial in a painting we want to teach on our YouTube channel. some of the YouTube paintings that we do, we have taught live in person, and we found that they don't translate as well. And our theory is just because you guys get to see up close what we're doing, and in a class where you've got, 16 people seated, they don't get to see as up close.
Do you notice, Jenny? Not a lot of glare.
Yeah.
I did some research about how do we set up lighting to do this kind of thing without a lot of glare. You know what's also is cool is I found out that YouTube added a new feature to live streaming. It saves 2 copies. It saves one as is, and then it saves another in a vertical format, so you can easily crop it and make it a short. Obviously, we're way over the shorts time of things. Jenny, you're being quiet tonight.
I'm just tired.
Me too.
I just got home literally 15 minutes before I had to come out.
Yeah, the pause while we're going along is really a big part of it. The other thing is that ties into that is we don't have to, because you guys can pause, we don't take time to wait.
Well, yeah, when we're teaching live, we generally are walking around to make sure that we're not moving on too fast. And, there's sometimes people that paint slower than others. Totally understandable.
Yeah, we all paint it
Especially,
at our own pace.
people haven't painted a lot. And so a lot of times, we can't just move right on in a live class.
No. All right, so I'm going to switch over to my biggest brush. And I'm going to go ahead and fill in with the black. And one thing you can do is, every once in a while, if you want to add a little bit of the Bahama blue, just to soften it up a bit, you can do that. I think sometimes just the pure black is just a little too intense. I tell you what, Jenny, I had started to use cobalt. We had some cobalt in the office.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought it out to use it for the accent blue. And that one...
Cottage cheese?
Cottage cheese, and it might have set off pollution warnings.
Yeah, there is one that we have that has gotten kind of chunky just from air entering in the bottle here and there every time we open it.
It just oxidizes.
Which blue are you using?
I'm just using a little bit of Bahama here and there, just to. You could use the phthalo blue. Really doesn't matter. Actually, the phthalo's nice. Just to keep it from being quite so dark. You guys, we launched a whole new Palette Knives Out website yesterday.
What happens on our website? Anything?
It's where people can join our mailing list. And that's about it. Wiggle the mouse. I could try to fix that real quick.
Tell me how to fix it.
It'll just take a second. They can still see us, don't worry. Honestly, unplugged in, screen turn off after.
Never.
That is the option. And that is what we're going to do. Close that. Bring it on back. We're back. Well, we never left, but you guys left from our view for just a second. Oh, you're doing a lot of blue. That looks nice. I like that. I'm going to copy.
Don't you copy.
Imitation is the purest form of appreciation, or whatever it is. What is that?
Flattery.
Flattery. That's what it is. Are you doing it primarily blue and just adding a little bit of black?
The secret.
That's not what we do on here. You're using Bahama with your blue, aren't you?
It's a secret, Paul. This is my painting. You do your painting.
See the button to the right of the red button?
Mm-hmm.
Push that.
Work.
No, it did. Wait. Just wait. There it is.
So wait a minute. It's not, oh, okay, this has got a delay. So wait, I'm on the camera now. Where are you?
Bring it back.
Red button?
2. There we go. I think Robert may have just tried to call me.
Uh-oh.
Nope, he got it. Don't know. Wireless caller just tried to call me, that's all. What are we drinking tonight, Jenny?
Zombie shard. Here. That was a gift. Pretty good.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to rinse my brush off really well once I get all that filled in. That black's going to take some time to dry. So what I want to do...
Can I pause you? I'm not done.
Yeah, pause me. Might try to adjust my camera real quick so it's not quite so... Oh, that was easy. Oh, that was my head. There we go.
Big fat head.
I wish I had a fat head. Now
Fat head of hair, you
I've
wish.
got that like gaunt eye sunken into the socket.
Your old man, what do you say you are? Your old man?
Old man Marley from Home Alone.
You're the scary guy with the snow shovel.
Have you seen the whole, like, it's actually true
What?
that he was a representation of Christ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he was the savior. In
Oh, he helped the guy up? Or no? What, yeah, he did. He came in and
there's a whole
rescued
bunch of
Kevin.
things. Yeah, and he was like the voice of reason and was there at the church when Kevin needed help. And yeah, I don't know if it's true, There's all kinds of weird theories that you stumble into going down reels and stuff, and it's hard to tell the truth. It's kind of like the first time you read the Da Vinci Code, you're like, this is real. All right, so I'm just going to take some white. I'm just going to start re-enhancing. Now, when I'm re-enhancing this, I want this to be streaky. I want it to be uneven. In fact, you can even use your brush kind of like on edge. I don't know where this idea came from for this painting.
Brain.
It was literally like, it was very interesting where it came from. Like you literally said, go do a painting to Livestream, do something Christmassy. And it was like, it entered my head instantly. What?
Nothing.
Are you mocking me?
No.
Well, that's weird.
I keep getting black in mine. Thanks, Paul.
Well, that's why I told you to be very careful. And actually, this painting is really interesting because I had this idea of it being the giant Christmas star, right? Let's just be honest. It is what it is. And then I had this idea that the tree itself would kind of mimic this upper part of the star. And then at the top of the tree would have another star that was a contrasting color. And then I was like, well, how do I ground this tree so it looks right? I got the hiccups. And I ended up thinking, well, this would be really fun to just make it so that like there's a horizon line, and then because I actually did exactly what we're doing now, which is paint it like one big star, and then I put in the horizon line and the extra trees and stuff, and then I came back and painted the bottom part to look like water, and so that's what we're going to do tonight. The nice thing is these paints actually play together pretty well for being able to do that. So they're, because like the white and the Bahama are chalky enough and opaque enough that they can cover over the black, and the black obviously can cover over the others. But then we have a lot of fun with like some other textures and stuff in the sky. So. All right, so I want to go ahead and you have to be kind of careful. I don't know, Jenny, you put a lot of paint on your canvas, so you're going to want to be careful when you do this. Well, let's actually not do that yet. Let's sit and talk. You got to let this dry.
I'm going to get a picture for Eden.
Ah.
She got us that line.
I'm
just trying to, like, my phone updated. I'm trying to figure out, like, how you do the different things. Different styles of photography.
I'm fanning my painting over the heater. This is great live TV. Live action.
Weirdo. Nobody knows what you're talking about.
I'm sure everybody's seen the Turtle Man. That actually probably did pretty good. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to use like my number 8 brush now. And what I want to do is I want to rough up these edges. Like we've got really nice harsh edges, and that's okay. I mean, it's fine. But I want it to feel more like less, I don't know, maybe not graphical is the right word, but more alive. Do you need light? Do you need more light?
No.
You have enough light for painting?
It's not, this is not me figuring out lighting. This is me figuring out the new camera settings.
No, I understand. But I'm talking about for painting. Do you have enough light?
Fine.
Okay. So I'm going to take my number 8. And what we're going to do is we're going to add some streaks that come out with the Bahama blue. And what you have to do, though, it's kind of tricky. And I'll show you what I did is I kind of like started in these in-between spots. So I'm just going to get a little bit of paint on my brush. I don't want a lot. But I'm going to go, okay, here's the center. I'm going to just kind of go, give it a little pull away from the center. And as I move down this way, I come more parallel. Come parallel, you got to come parallel. You remember that song? You're like, unfortunately. No, but you minded my goofy little...
How do you know?
Should I re-record it and call it, and make it a version?
Nah, that's okay. So are we giving it armpit hair? Is that what we're doing?
No. We are giving it 1960s leather jacket fringe. Because, or we're giving it the abominable on Rudolph.
Oh, that reminds me. We need to watch that. We have to watch some of those old Christmas things every year.
I do want to watch Home Alone. Kind of.
I feel like we just watched it. Like, I know it was last Christmas, but it feels like we just watched it.
It feels to me like we just watched it night before Christmas when we watched it the other night.
Oh.
I do like that one. You noticed I stayed in for that whole one. That's a Hallmark one. Or I don't know if it's a Hallmark one or if it's a... What's her name?
Vanessa Hudgens.
Yeah, Vanessa Hudgens. Wasn't she like on High School Musical or something?
Yeah. She was like dating, I think she dated Zac Efron for a long time.
Then she moved to Vancouver, BC, and she's like, what can I do from here? Oh, I know.
I don't know if she moved there.
I'm just kidding. So this might take a little bit of touch-up, just because you're the first layer we did was over white, and this layer's over black, so it's showing up a little bit different. So it's okay. Like, don't panic. We're good. We got this. If you want to be like more chunky with this,
it looks like the thing Superman came to the Earth in, the Christopher Reeve Superman, doesn't it?
I mean, if you wanted to make it that, you could.
I might. A little baby.
This is what, if you guys haven't been following, this is what Beetlejuice is going to look like next winter.
Why do you say that?
Because it's going to supernova, and it's going to like, literally, like they say it's going to be, if it does, it might.
I was thinking Michael Keaton.
Oh, no. The star, it's part of Orion, which we see in January, mostly.
And another gnat.
And it's supposed to, like, it could literally supernova tonight as far as us being able to see it. It's that close. It could happen anytime. And they're saying when it does, the brightness of light will be about the size of our full moon in the sky. It won't be that bright, but it'll be bright.
Beetlejuice.
And that would be actually really cool, because I don't think we've, obviously, I don't know. I think it's been a long time in human history since we've seen something like that in the sky. In fact, there's some speculation that the Christmas star was a supernova. It does kind of look like that.
Kal-El. What's her name? Is that Superman's name? Kal-El?
I think so.
Kal-El.
You know, it's funny. My sister's father-in-law's name was Cal, and his last name started with L.
He's Kal-El.
So he's Kal-El. By the way, you guys, I've been doing a lot of work preparing our space, and I have a TV in here where that reminds me, that shouldn't be on. I have a TV in here, and I kind of sometimes just put movies on in the background. I finally watched Deadpool and Wolverine. I didn't get much work done during that movie. That was one of the funniest and grotesque and everything movies, and so intentionally talking to the camera, break the fourth wall. It was funny. I can't wait to get Jenny and Greta to watch it.
There you go. There you go, everybody.
That is literally what we're painting right now. Literally what we're painting. Should we do the mirror with the General Zod and the others in it? But we should do General Zod as the character from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. Because that was, I can't remember the actor's name.
I can't remember either. He just passed away.
Did he?
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
It's just one of those names that I know, but just is
I got
blank right now.
I got a keyword drop here and go, how many of you have watched the Star Wars Holiday Special?
Why don't you do a painting from that, Paul?
I might. You know, Jefferson Starship was in that. Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
And so was...
They were hot at the time.
So was... what was her name? That was in Golden Girls. Not Betty White.
B. Arthur?
B. Arthur was in it.
Really? Who did she play?
I don't remember. You guys, there are some great theatrical movies coming out this year being re-released. Well, Lord of the Rings is coming out in theaters. The extended cuts is coming out. I think first one's coming out in January. And then in 2027, Star Wars is coming out, the original New Hope, the original theatrical release version of it, although enhanced. Not the enhanced version where they added computer graphics, but just like they've touched up the color and audio and stuff like that. But they're releasing the actual original version, which for those of us who are big Star Wars heads is kind of a big deal. When I was a kid, my best friend Craig was a huge Han Solo fan, and I was a huge Luke Skywalker fan, and that really worked out when we played Star Wars out in the yard.
Which one were you?
I loved Luke.
Yeah.
That was my guy. But a lot of young men gravitated towards Han, and I get it now. I get it more as an adult than I did when I was younger. Okay, so I'm just...
the comic relief.
100%. The true hero of the whole series was Leia.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm just going to take this brush and I'm just going to add some texture. Some little bits. I wouldn't maybe not put as much time into the lower part. Just some little flyaways. This star is already so much bigger than the original. But this was one of those, it's like, I'm sure you've done this, where it's like you work through your concept development painting and you learn how it needs to actually be done.
I don't ever do that.
Liar! I am looking forward to the holiday weekend next weekend.
Yeah, what days are you taking off?
As many as I can. I am probably, which means probably just Christmas Day. But I will give my employee a half day on Christmas Eve and day after Christmas off.
Are you working on Christmas Eve?
I'll probably work a half day.
The flash sale.
Oh, I should.
We could probably think of some the fluff before Christmas. Someday.
I'm really liking this painting. It's kind of funny because like I do my style of painting, and the funny thing is, so I just uploaded. We released. By the way, I redid our VineGo.com website also, which went live today. And one of the things I did is I uploaded all of our photos. I mean, not all of our photos, but all of our paintings. They're not
Where'd
on.
you find them?
I had them on a USB drive. And it wasn't even all of them. But it was 350 paintings. And I don't remember where I was going with this.
I don't know.
It's a trip.
It's loading the same site for me.
Refresh it.
I did.
No, like do a pull down and refresh.
I did.
That's weird. It's probably cached. You probably need to delete your cache. See? So anyway, so one of the reason I've been doing this is Jenny and I decided to launch a new website that's more about, we've created like, well, this is kind of drying. We've created like 3 levels of what we do for art. We have VineGo, which is more of a social drink, have fun, learn a bit about art. I mean, we always treat it like you're learning about art, but VineGo we don't is our in-person painting classes, private parties, corporate events, things like that. That's where we started. Palette Knives Out is the next step up, where you get a little bit more thorough instruction because we're able to do the zoom-ins, things like that. And we decided, what, about a year ago?
What?
We
decided about what a year ago?
About a year ago that we needed to also represent ourselves as artists. Wasn't that about a year ago?
Yeah.
And so we've been working on a site and a design and stuff called sea2skygallery.com, and that launched a couple weeks ago. And it's about Jenny and I, our goal is to open a gallery at the Oregon coast, and that's why we called it Sea to Sky Gallery. That's what we will call that gallery once it gets open. But it's more our story as artists, and so we decided, okay, VineGo doesn't need the full story about us and our art history together. Palette Knives Out doesn't need our full story and our history together. So this whole thing has been kind of like a way of representing the three elements of us as artists. So we got our Van Gogh teaching, our YouTube teaching, and then what we do individually out on our own as artists. And you can, there's an option, like if you go to Seed Sky Gallery, there's an option to contact us about commissioning a painting. There's examples of our finished paintings, things like that. And we're also going to launch a print club for that. Not sure if we're quite ready, but we're close. Where each of us creates a painting each month, and you get a print of, you get to pick one or the other of us, or both of us for savings, and then you get a, what, 5x7 print? Is that what we've talked about? Yeah, and so we were hoping to have it ready. We're not quite there, but we're close.
We got the printer.
We got the printer, and we've got the canvas to paint on. Most of those paintings, I'm going to be doing oil paintings for those. I don't know, have you decided on yours, Jenny?
I might do a mix of oil, watercolor, acrylic, whatever.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. It's not, we don't have to stay within a pattern. Anyway, so I decided let's just relaunch all of these websites together. Let's tie them in so when you go to the footer section, you know, it links to our other businesses and things like that. And we're pretty excited about it. It's been a lot of work. And yeah, that's our future. Yay! You heating? They see me heating. So I'm just going to do kind of the same thing we just did. Take a little bit of white. How are we looking time-wise? It moved. Where'd it go?
It's...
Oh, I see it. It's up in the top right now. And we've been painting for 47 minutes is all. I thought about putting Santa's sleigh in this, in the sky, like in that Christmas Story movie we like from Finland. So now you know what I've been tolerating every night while I'm out here working.
Mm-hmm. It's cold.
It's cold. And I have chronically cold feet. I have circulation issues.
You have a chronically cold heart.
I do not have a cold heart.
No, it's just sounded funny.
That was mean.
Who's the cold heart one in the Christmas movies?
The Grinch.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is the third gnat in my drink. Oh, it could be more than 3 because...
Who knows how many you've drinking?
Yeah. I need to go get like a little spoon.
You want a paper towel?
Yeah. Was that your signal that you want more?
That was me saying.
Did the gnats drink it all?
The nice thing is about our new location is we can walk home. We don't have to worry about driving home, so we can get pretty schnockered if we want to.
Schnockered and painting. We can do drunk art history.
Oh my gosh, we should. How many of you guys want to see us get absolutely blitzed and
Oh my
do
gosh,
a painting?
Paul.
Like, you missed that one. It's still there. That would be fun. And I don't mean like trying to do one of our tutorials, but just doing a live stream where like maybe we're creating as we go. The weird thing is
I'm too old for that hangover.
Well, I'm not talking about that schnockered. But I actually think in some ways I'm more normal when I'm drunk. Like I make more sense. I'm not goofier.
Maybe it has to do with ADHD.
It might. It might. So, you know, it's interesting. We've had a rough year. It's true. Not going to lie. Oh, what happened? There we go. Okay, we're good. We've had a rough year. And I keep seeing all these reels that a lot of people had a rough 2025.
A lot of people have had a rough since the last 5 years. Since COVID.
Since COVID, really is.
Changed a lot of things.
A lot of people are really posting like a lot of, you know what? I've learned, I've survived, and it's time for 2026. And that's the attitude I'm taking.
And what's going to happen in 2026?
World domination by me. This is a weird painting, isn't it? Like here we painted for almost an hour. Not quite an hour. 45 minutes. We'll call it 45 minutes. We've just kind of created this big starburst. Ooh, starburst. Those are so good. You know the starburst jelly beans at Easter time?
You can't have them anymore.
Yes, I was diagnosed with diabetes. Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Type 2 diabetes. What, in September? And
yes,
it
but
wasn't
you've
even.
had it for much longer.
Yeah.
That was a case of Greta and I convincing Paul.
Oh, no, I knew.
You have it. We know you have
I
it. Go to
knew.
the doctor. We know you have it. Go to the doctor. We know you have it. Go to the doctor.
Yeah, my A1C was scary.
And you being like, if they never diagnose me, I won't ever have it.
No, that's not true. That's a very wiferly thing to say.
I've been married to you for a very long time.
Well, you keep making me carb loaded dinner, so I'm thinking you want to be married to me less.
I keep what? A
Making
carb
me-
load?
You
No.
keep making me carb loaded dinners.
Quinoa is not a typical carb.
That's true. I need to not use this chair.
Yeah, it's very noisy.
We need to bring a couple home. Or we need to get new ones. How is that metal one? You're sitting on a metal one. Is it cold on your bottom?
I mean, this whole garage is cold.
It is 63.3 degrees. All right, we're going to start a GoFundMe. We need about $600 so we can put a heater in out here because, like, whoever built this space, whoever built this garage, put one 15-amp circuit in it. That's it. And we've got computers, we got cameras, we got, and you just in general, when I've plugged in a saw, it'll trip it. So we need, the nice thing is it's not hard, but we need to add like a 220. It literally needs to run in the wall about 2 feet, and then I need to put in a 220 ceiling heater. That's it. That's all I ask. GoFundMe. Need $600.
Everybody needs a GoFundMe.
We do. All right, so I'm going to switch to my number 4. I still want what we've been doing. And are you there, Jenny?
I was just checking to make sure Robert hasn't commented that he was having trouble or anything.
Oh yeah, he had messaged that he got it. I was actually should have told him to check with Dylan.
Okay.
All right, so number 4. Gonna use some Bahama blue. I mean, not Bahama, Phthalo. Okay, so this Phthalo blue, it looks exactly like the primary blue I used in the original. So I'm just going to loosely around the edges of this. And I know it's kind of hard to see, so maybe I'll add a little bit of Bahama so you can see it better. Actually, I really like how that looks with a little bit of Bahama mixed in.
What are you doing?
I am just basically, should I zoom in?
Mm-hmm.
Let's zoom it on in. Zoom it on in. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm just really loosely kind of adding some fiery, kind of flamey looks around the edges. And you can do this with just pure Bahama. Pure Phthalo. Whatever. Or add a little bit of the Bahama that actually helps it pop a little bit. But it's not really an outline, it's just like a real loose like exaggeration of what's going on. Oh, by the way, that's something that's on the new website, Jenny. It's a supply list.
Ew. That's something we have to update then?
No. I mean, it's just a kind of a general guideline because when we started GoBox, which is what this originated from. We were shipping out the painting supplies, the colors and all that stuff. I'm gonna zoom back out. You guys get the feel for that. And ooh, I don't like zooming out so you can see my lap. There we go. But since we've switched over to Palette Knives Out, our whole philosophy is kind of more like a, you know, whatever you got, whatever supplies you've got, make it work. And that's great if you're already an artist and you have supplies at home, but if you don't know where to get started, that's where the supply list page comes from. And it just kind of tells you, like, you're going to need a blue. And then it recommends like a few colors. I think it recommends phthalo and like processed blue or primary blue and cobalt. But it also says, hey, you know, you're going to get slightly different results. But that's not what this is about. Like, I don't feel like Palette Knives Out, and Jenny, maybe you, I think you're going to agree with me on this. I think you're going to agree. I don't feel like Palette Knives Out is about teaching you guys how to recreate exactly what we're doing. I feel like it's more about giving you a like kind of a loose guideline on how you can find your own artist inside. And so that's picking paints, picking brushes, things like that. And once you paint more, and I'm sure Marlene and all of you guys, those of you who have a little bit more experience, you probably have brushes you like that you use that we don't use, or a different brand even, or a different paint. And that's great. I mean, I feel like that's kind of exactly what we're trying to help people do, is find themselves as artists. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Obviously, we have a little bit of a guideline here. Here's how to help you get nudged and get going in the right direction. I even feel bad saying right direction because I don't think that's accurate. But like giving you
a direction.
Yeah, just kind of giving you permission. That's something I've seen a lot lately about learning to paint and stuff, is part of the reason like sip and paint works so well is people are given permission to try. This lower part, by the way, you guys, is going to be fun when we get into it.
Does this heater go up higher?
It does. It doesn't go hotter, but it's got another voltage. Oops, shoot.
What happened around the window there?
I need to take the blinds down.
No, I was thinking about the upper one.
Oh. Couldn't reach.
You have a ladder.
Yeah, there's still work that needs to happen. You don't need to come in here and judge. You're not helping.
I'm helping by pointing out the things that still...
That's actually the only way you ever help.
That is not true.
I've actually started doing TikTok Live quite a bit. Painting, if you guys are on TikTok and whatnot. Jenny, do you have a TikTok art page?
Mm.
Huh?
I don't know if I it's probably considered an art page, but honestly, I probably haven't posted on in a year.
So I actually started a TikTok page that's really dedicated to my art. Not so much the stuff we do in here, but
The last time I posted it was in April.
so mine's literally just Paul Shilden art is my handle. And I've been doing a lot of, it's kind of interesting. I'll kind of tell you guys the story, but when my eyesight got really bad over the last year, I got out of the habit of just watching TV because I couldn't see it. So now that my eyesight's back, I just like not really watching TV still because it's out of my habit base. By the way, while we're doing this, if you ever feel like, oh, I did way too much of this blue, you can always come back either with black or with the Bahama and kind of touch it up. Like this whole part looks better the looser and more organic you get. So anyway, what I was going to say is that I mostly just got decided, kind of got out of the habit of watching TV and just kind of laying around. And so I've been spending more time in the evenings just painting. And it's oil painting, and it's really important to do it for both of us, to just paint. And so I decided, okay, and this is part of the sea to sky stuff, and this is kind of where it came from, is, trying to reestablish, like, I shouldn't say, reestablish, I don't know if reestablish is right for me, but just kind of like establish who we are as artists outside of teaching. I hope I don't sound like condescending and jerkish when I say that.
You sound such an art snob.
I am kind of an art snob, I'm not going to lie.
How are you an art snob?
Well, you know this. When people compare my paintings to Bob Ross, drives me up the wall.
Do you think Bob Ross is inferior to you?
No. It's just, it's not the same. Like, it's not the same. It's not the same style of painting. It's not the same approach to painting. I love Bob. Bob's the reason I paint. I've got no problem saying that. Other kids were running home to watch G.I. Joe and Transformers. I was running home to watch Bob Ross before G.I. Joe and Transformers came on. Running home to watch Bob Ross and Slim Goodbody. No. Bob's the reason I started painting. Bob's what inspired me to want to paint. He's the one that gave me confidence to know that I was painting. But as I've grown as an artist, I don't paint like Bob Ross. True. Just painting landscapes doesn't, by that theory, boy, there is a long lag. Yeah, there's like a 7 or 8 second lag, maybe 10 seconds. Anyway, Jenna, your painting's looking real cool. You want to show everybody? Click that button.
I want to see it from a distance.
From a distance.
There's a lag.
Yeah, it's on this other one. Come on now. Let's do the switch. There it is.
Weird. Hey. There it is.
Boom, there it is. Paint something new.
That's weird. The lag.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is with that. But, yeah. Little gnat buggers that are kind of bothering me. But that's okay, like you said. Protein. Number one combatant for type 2 diabetes is protein. Okay, so let's look at our original painting. Okay, so you're liking this painting.
I'm sending something to Greta.
Okay, so here's our original. And one of the things you can see is I put some like explosive chatter around the perimeters.
Chatter.
Explosive chatter. Look, Jenny, that's my first print club painting.
That's nice.
You guys want to see it? It's right here.
Is it done?
Yeah. So this is our first print club painting. This is oil on canvas. This is Rockaway Beach.
It's still wet, I can tell.
No, it's not.
Really?
I haven't touched it in a month.
So now you have to write up a little thing about what inspired you and like what about Rockaway
A family trip to the beach and walking off wonderful little woofies.
Beach? You don't have to say it here.
Oh. Shh. If you guys want to know the full inspiration, you'll need to order it. So pricing on the print club, by the way. I've got $8 to get Jenny's, $8 to get mine, or $13 to get both of us.
So you saved $3 for getting both?
Yeah, that's a pretty big savings actually. It's almost 25%. Because 25% of 16 would be $4 off, so it'd be $12. So it's like 20% off. Okay. So let's start creating our little extra little bits. And you can use your number 4, or you can use, I'm going to use my smallest brush. And I'm not going to do this below the horizon, because that's going to get lost in all of this. I'm just going to use my smallest brush in some Bahama.
Thanks, Marlene.
What?
She said, that's cool, I like it.
Yay! And I'm just, it's not really like...
I've got an idea.
What?
Are people who subscribe on here that, you know, do the support?
Yeah, they could get a discount.
They could get our first one for free.
Okay.
And they can see what they think. Our first actual print.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
And there's only like 6.
Yeah. 6 lucky people.
We make $18 a month off of YouTube. Thanks, guys. No, we make a little bit more than that because we do get some monetization. It almost covers the cost of internet.
We were actually laughing at the amount because weren't we looking at like we were looking at some of our old videos that have like 200,000 views or something. We're like, you get 40 cents off that.
You know what? We make about $1.50 off of each of our newer paintings. Hold on.
It makes you realize how much like time and subscribers it takes to become like some of these bigger YouTubers that just that's what they do for their job.
But you know what's really weird is like if you like some of them that will kind of talk about videos, and it's like one like I can't remember who it was, but like she was talking about how like the one that she made the most money off, and it was like 40 grand. It wasn't like a small amount of money.
Wow.
Wasn't even remotely her most viewed video.
How'd that work?
It was just because it hit the target audience right. Versus like I mean, I'm trying to remember if she was saying that she got like, I don't know, 10,000 views on this painting, on this video or something. Then she had another painting, or I keep saying painting. she's not an artist. I don't remember what she is. She's like a lifestyle person, but she was like, this other video that had 40 million views made like $50.
Mm-hmm.
And because it all just depends on the target, the audience that's consuming it.
Crazy.
Okay, so let's start working. How are we doing time-wise? We're just a little over an hour. So I really like how this is going. What do we got under here?
I don't know, but you're getting ADHD.
No, I know. That's what happens. Look at this.
Let me see that.
One of Jenny's old landscape paintings.
That's from college.
Yeah.
And I never finished it, but I did make my mom one that was finished. It's oil.
Similar. Yeah.
You should show it.
All right, this is going to be interesting pan
This is
through.
from over 30 years ago.
Wait, hold on. I've got some of mine. Mine were weird as AF. All right. We're buying time right now.
Yeah, my snow one, I still had to, like, I forgot that I never finish that. How did you find that? Where was it?
Oh, we've got all kinds of paintings and stuff stashed out here. Oh, here, this is the fun one.
Gosh.
This is mine.
It's so weird.
I used to paint weird stuff, you guys. And these are big canvases. These are, I think, 18 by 24. They might even be bigger. So I don't know. There's
a rubber duck and alien fetus.
Rubber duck and alien fetus, and then there's our cat.
Where?
Right there, Joji.
Oh.
And then actually in this corner, there's like a Punisher, like Grim Reaper thing, and an eyeball up there. And there's like an angel wing just randomly. Wait, there's our other cat. Oh, wait, hold on.
Jesus.
That was Pixie.
Up there.
Yeah. You see her head up above?
That's so weird.
Yeah. Anyways, that was what year was that? 1998?
That means mine was probably around the same year.
Yeah. I actually, you know, it's funny. I actually spent one day and I was like sitting and looking at my old paintings, and I was like, some of them are really trash. But at the same time, there's like this evolution of yourself you see in them, and it's like I would never paint over them. Like I actually looked like that painting. Sitting back and looking at that one I just showed that was mine, I actually really like that painting. It's weird, but it's like it's where I was at that time, and that's totally fine. I have never painted for other people. If I did, I wouldn't paint landscape paintings. Weird thing to say. Okay, next step. Getting hungry.
Dude, you're having such ADHD tonight.
Newsflash, I have it all the time. Okay, so next thing we're going to do is we're going to create our, let me bring the original back up. We're going to create our blazing star on top of the tree. Look at the
You're good.
I'm fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. I'm not all right. Okay, so we're going to create our blazing flame tree topper. And you know what? I really thought about adding extra lights on this tree.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would look nice.
Go for it.
So we might do that. Okay. So I kind of want to mimic this large shape. I'm going to use my smallest brush. I am going to use orange. And I want to come up into, maybe a little higher up into here. And create a little top, a little bottom, a little left, a little right, in between, in between, in between, in between. I should zoom in on this. Ba-dum. And I'm just kind of like swirling in, swirling out. Swirl in, swirl out, swirl in. I don't know, it didn't work. I was trying to do bush, breathe in, breathe out. I think Jenny gets mentally fatigued trying to keep up with my ADHD. Yeah, just like that kind of shape. And it should be loose. Oh gosh, get out of my paint, you little bugger.
He probably doesn't want to die, so he probably doesn't want to get in your paint.
Oh my gosh, I saw the saddest thing today.
No, I don't need to hear if it's about animals.
It's just a frog.
I don't need to hear it. Nobody needs to hear.
Okay. I'm going to fill this in mostly with yellow. Where's Daniel tonight? Oh, he's working tonight. Okay, fair enough. Add a little bit of white to the middle. You good?
I'm just tired. I'm probably not going to do that.
You're not going to do this? This is the important part of the painting.
I might change mine up.
Well, then change it up.
That's what I am doing.
Then don't say you're not going to do it.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay.
My changing it up doesn't have that on it. It's the nucleus. I might put it in the middle.
You put it wherever you want to put it. So I'm going to... God, these little gnats. Where did you guys come from? Where did you come from? Where did you go? Where did you come from? It's sitting in my wine. Okay, we got 45 minutes, right?
I don't know.
We can do it. We can do it. Okay. So let's do this. I'm going to take my smallest brush and I'm going to create a horizon line. Black. Now, our tree. The tree kind of goes up a little bit into our little like tree topper. You guys know me, I'm not a big fan of creating the trunk. Come down a couple inches, maybe an inch. Oh, wait a minute, what's going on here? Okay, good. Maybe an inch with the smallest brush, just so you get a little bit of control. Remember Janet Jackson's album called Control?
Hmm.
My name's not Janet. It's not baby. It's not Janet. It's Miss Jackson if you're nasty. Something like that, right?
I don't remember.
Just our kind of typical little fir tree that we always paint. Jenny's going crazy on the stars.
You don't have to narrate what I'm doing.
I do. We're just going to paint above, we'll call it above the fold. It's above the horizon line for right now.
Where'd you put your original at?
It's right here. You want it?
No.
Original. Now I'm going to keep using I'm using the number 4 right now. Probably should keep my phone upright just in case Robert message. Oh, it's...
He's fine.
Yeah, he's good. Ooh.
I've been checking. What?
I wanted to know about a microphone. I don't think I have time to walk him through it while we're live streaming.
Did you tell him you're live streaming?
Yeah, no, not yet. So I'm not really wanting to make trees and stuff. But what I am adding is just a little bit of texture. This is actually kind of, it was funny. I was like trying to figure out. You remember in the Polar Express, and he's like, it was like a ocean liner. You remember that?
Yeah.
I was like trying to figure out, should I put like an ocean liner out here so it looks like the Polar Express? And I was like, nah, that's just one too many things. A ruler?
Mm-hmm. You have red out here?
There is probably red in the box right there. Jenny needs a ruler. So just kind of like bypassing this, or not bypassing, but cutting across. Different brush. Small one. I do want these to get a little bit smaller. Like I don't want this to be super tall out on the outside edges. Now I'm flying solo. What?
Keep doing.
I'm texting Robert real quick. We were talking.
That is very funny looking right now. It is so cold out here.
I mean, it hasn't, it's gone down 0.3 of a degree. Well, are you getting really specific with this?
Just teach, please.
Jenny's getting out the ruler and measuring. And I'm curious now. It's okay. I'm just teasing you. Oh, I see. I see. You don't have to be offended. It's okay. I can be silly. Okay. So while this stuff dries, let's take our our number 8. I'm just going to use my number 8. I'm going to create some stars in the sky. I'm not going to do it down below, just up above. Try to be as random as you can with this. It's really easy to just place them. We may end up reflecting these in the water. Not sure. We'll figure it out. Make sure you wipe off the non-bristle end of your brush after you get done doing stars so you don't get built up. We used to do this technique in the studios all the time, and our paintings would end up with, or our brushes would end up with a big knob of paint on the end. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Because people wouldn't really rinse them. All right. So we're going to start working on making look like water at the bottom. And this is probably like the next, what time is it? We're is that 127 in? Is that right? No, if you look at where it says live on the top right.
Oh yeah, 127.
Yeah, this shouldn't take too long. I don't want to get too involved in trying to make this perfect. We've done the hard part already. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our number 8 brush, and then I'm going to go ahead and zip this up. I'm going to zoom in a bit so that this really kind of fills what we're doing. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to use primarily our Bahama blue at first, then let's start with white. We'll do white first, then we'll do Bahama blue. I don't think we're going to worry too much about the phthalo blue, and then we'll come in at the end with black. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this brush to create patterns of horizontal patterns of this color breaking up. The camera is tripping out.
I wonder, am I shaking the table maybe?
No, I just think I was maybe zoomed in a little too far. Yeah, it was having a hard time figuring out what we're focusing on. So I'm going to start off, let's start off with white. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this color, and anytime, my brush is always going to move horizontal. Now, I might move my hand up and down. But the brush itself is moving side to side. And you don't want to go all too far. You don't want to get too crazy. But you do want to kind of make these little reflections a little wider than they are, because that's the way light kind of like picks up on things. And I want to start with the white because then we'll come back in and it's the easiest color to come back over. Since we're walking distance from home, the only thing that sucks is like well, let's just stop and get nachos on the way home. Maybe we'll save money that way.
Save money and calories. You, go away. I changed my mind on what I was doing. Just wasn't feeling it.
It's okay. That happens. Now you could like take like this little bit here. And kind of extend these little radiating bits a bit. Let me zoom out. You saw what you needed to see in terms of the basic technique. Maybe break this up a little bit more. All right, that's good. Are we looking on wine in the bottle?
Need more? Maybe a little bit.
I'm good for now. Next month we might be bundled up like little babushkas.
I don't know. It depends on what La Nina brings.
That's true. Okay, next step. We're going to now use the same brush. I'm going to mostly just wipe it off, but we're going to use our Bahama blue. And we're going to take our Bahama blue and we're going to let it cut into our white in some spots. And maybe cut all the way across here and there. The reason we see it this way is when you look at water, it's not all flat, so it's got little angles and stuff that are picking up different parts of the sky. So this part over here might be reflecting something that's coming from a different direction. So it's totally fine. I just remembered I was supposed to take a terrarium to Peyton today. Oops. ADHD.
Write yourself notes.
I had a weird day. Should just come down while you're working tomorrow and just put it in the back of Matt's truck.
You don't really have time to do that. You're going to be cleaning. You get to experience what it's like for me every year.
You torture.
Only add in wrapping presents.
You torture yourself a little on overkill.
I think a lot of women do when they're having their own mothers over.
Shouldn't matter. So what this is all doing is it's starting to lay out this idea that there's water moving in other directions that are creating different planes and perspectives. And this should be pretty bold. Like, don't be afraid of this being big and bold. Bold flavor. When you get down further down the canvas, this can be much broader. The main thing is you want to make sure it's like you're not just creating a predictable pattern. And it's okay if you cut into some of the white parts and there's a little bit of mixing. It's fine. That's what makes painting what it is. The human element. So one thing I did in the original too, I just added occasional little extra little bits here and there. I think maybe the main thing about this part is like, don't think about it too much. Just throw some little sketchiness in. Zombie shard. Rinse my brush. Now for this next color, I'm going to go ahead and switch to my number 4. Because it's just this phthalo blue. And I'm going to go ahead and mix a little tiny bit of Bahama, maybe about equal parts, maybe a little bit more phthalo. Because there's not really a lot of this in the sky. You don't want to get too carried away with this, but it should be there. I get questions about Sunday. I'll have to ask you later.
Okay. Food questions?
Yeah, like, are we supposed to make biscuits and gravy?
Well, I assumed you would, but you'll need to get your own ingredients because I wasn't sure what to get.
I don't care what anybody says. Biscuits and gravy is a meal. You know, there's actually a debate about that.
I would think it's a meal.
Well, there's 2 boats. One is that it's a meal, and the other one is it's a side dish.
It's heavy enough it's a meal.
Maybe what I should do is do what do they call it? Country Benedict. You know, where it's like basically biscuits and gravy with fried egg. Oh no, we got eggs. We don't need to worry about that. Never mind. Just little bits of this color here and there. Don't need a lot. There ain't much up there in the air. Well, maybe what I should do, take that out to Peyton in the morning and then come in and get a Bloody Mary. Then come back and clean like a madman.
You have to take the kids out to Wesleyan.
Both of them?
Mm-hmm.
So much for that. Okay, so where we're at. We're in good shape. We've got that little bit of some horizontal elements to our water. We're going to come in now and we're going to add some black, and this is what's really going to kind of break things up a bit. Jenny's going a different route. I like your direction. A little more subtle. A little less graphical than mine, which is like we're going opposite routes on this. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and go back to my number 8. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to take my black, make sure my brush is nice and dry because I was kind of battling it being a little bit too wet. I'm going to start by loosely mirroring my tree. And I feel like the one thing I missed on the original is this should stretch more down. Now, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to go ahead and take my number 4. I'm going to rinse it off really well. And I'm going to kind of loosely create a container, if you will, with orange. And then yellow. We'll touch that up a bit. We'll let that dry for a few minutes while we work on the rest of this. But really what we're going to do, let me pull this back up, is we're really going to let this black cut in from the sides. We're going to break this up quite a bit. This is our shadows in the water. And so this is where it's going to carry a lot of weight. Again, this is kind of like a don't worry too much about what's already there. You want to feel like this is shadows rippling in and rippling out, and if it mixes a little bit with some color here and there, that's okay. Maybe you'll start a little down below, or you can be a little heavier handed. Sometimes that's a good thing, just like start where you can be a little heavier handed and then just kind of work into areas. And really the thing about this is like, you've already created the reflection, right? You've already created the reflection of the white and the blue and the light. And now what we're really doing is, yes, we're creating reflection, but more than anything, what we're doing is we're creating how the water breaks that reflection up.
Matt was working tonight. Filled in for someone.
It's too late, but we should go in.
Too late.
We mentioned Matt, and Matt is one of my best friends in the whole world and has been for several years. And
he's also on our board of directors.
He's on our board of directors for our nonprofit, and we've known him for, gosh,
2009. I probably met him.
Yeah,
maybe before.
I think before. And Jenny works with him at the restaurant. So, yeah. He and I were supposed to go out for beers last night.
Why didn't you?
One of us dropped the ball, and I'm not sure if it was me or him.
Which one has ADHD? Which one forgot to bring the aquarium to Peyton?
Terrarium. Stupid thing is, Peyton offered to come pick it up.
You didn't want her to go in your warehouse.
Well, I mean, it's easy to just. So the thing about this part that we're doing right now is like, you can kind of come through and this, like you can see, it's like the more you break this up, the better it looks actually. It's like the original's got a lot more breakup than the new one. But what you can do is you can be pretty loose with this to start with. And actually, reality is the further down on the canvas, there should be more black. And then as you move up, and you should have little hints of the other colors. As you move up, the black is less and the other colors are more. There's a couple reasons for it. Number one, the further down on the canvas you are, the closer you are, so the detail is going to be bigger. The other thing is because we've got a bright light around the horizon, and as you move up, that gets darker. As we move down, that's also going to get darker. So these little movements get less frequent and smaller as we move towards the horizon. The black itself gets bigger and more exaggerated the further away we move from the horizon. And if you used a little bit of your Bahama blue, maybe you mix a little Bahama, a little black, and a little phthalo blue. Just to kind of create this like neutral ambience. Oh, that looks messy. But the reality is, like, this type of thing we're painting right now is the kind of thing that's really complicated, actually. I'm not gonna lie. It's one of those things that you just have to keep practicing and practicing and practicing. I don't consider myself great at it at this point, but it's on my list of things to really work on in 2026. This is my last painting I'm teaching in 2025. So I get to start talking about like my New Year's resolutions as a teacher or as an artist. Like, I honestly think that like when you're like an artist, like you're really wanting to get better at what you do, you kind of have to look at, like in my case, water is something that I really want to get much better at. And I look at it, I'm like, okay, what's the reality of time to get better at a technique? And I think that, like, honestly, like, if you look at this type of stuff, like if you go, okay, for 2026, I really want to just get better at painting water. I think that's enough for 1 year, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you might get like, even if you just say like, it's going to take me a year to figure out how to get better at this. And that's, I'm going to lay that out. It's kind of one of my goals for 2026, to get better at this water. Maybe it takes 6 months. Maybe at 6 months I start to feel pretty comfortable with it. Then maybe I start talking about tweaking the other things. But right now, like for me, 2026 is going to be about figuring out water.
Yeah.
A little better. Okay, so I'm going to switch now to my number 4. How are we looking time-wise? We're getting close on 2 hours, so we're almost done here, guys. I'm going to take a little bit of, I'm going to take my number 4, I'm going to take a little bit of Bahama. And I'm just going to kind of come in along these edges and just add some little hints. And for me as a landscape artist, like the best way I can get better at these little techniques is really to spend time looking at photo.
On that heater.
Huh?
I'm gonna sit on that heater.
Yeah, it gets chilly out here.
Nope, that was loud.
But it takes time looking at photo references, analyzing like, okay, what type of water am I trying to replicate? And the same thing with clouds or mountains or anything really. I feel like as artists, we kind of have this tendency I'll see if Jenny agrees with me, of falling into this trap of just painting like a stereotype.
Well, we have our own stereotypes of what's
For sure.
what's like, what do I normally do? What's my go-to? Oh yeah, I'm gonna over detail this. I'm gonna over detail everything.
Or like, I'll use an example with Bob Ross. And this is something that, again, not a knock against Bob. I love Bob.
Leave Bob alone.
Leave Bob alone. But one of the things that he always does, by the way, I'm just using my smallest brush and just throwing some more intentional little bits of brighter. But one of the things that Bob always did is on like lakes, he would always use this palette knife and put this real fine line of a shoreline on the opposite side of the lake, right? And it's really easy to look at a painting now and go, oh, it doesn't look right. It doesn't have a far shoreline. Just because you've got this notion that there should be a shoreline on the opposite side doesn't mean that that shoreline actually exists when you actually see it in person. And so it's like kind of like one of these things that's like, okay, I got to look. I got to see what's actually there. Because otherwise you're painting to fulfill a formula instead of what you actually see. I'm getting really too deep and judgmental sounding. I'm getting very snobby sounding.
We're going to have to mute you.
Nah. Actually, reality is what I'm trying to encourage people is to break out of ruts. Figure out what they see, not just what they expect to see. I think that's what makes a lot of art predictable, is people paint what they expect to see, not what they actually see. Okay, a little bit of white. We're almost done. Jenny, are you almost done?
Yeah.
Jenny totally shifted gears.
Honestly, if you want the truth, I wasn't really feeling this painting. And so, I don't know why. I think it's not because of your painting. It's just because
no, I get it.
Super long day.
I can tell.
Tired, and like today was a day where I just pretty much left work, went straight to the grocery store, and there were tons of people there, and then I got stuck in rush hour traffic on the way home, and then had to come straight out here to live stream, and it's
the first time in a new space, and
there's gnats in my wine.
You know, that happens often, for all of us, because like you paint differently than I do. And there are going to be times where what the other person paints doesn't necessarily resonate. But it's good to, like for us, we kind of have to force ourselves into a zone of not necessarily being comfortable with it.
Thank you, Marley. Yeah, it was a day, and it was like honestly a little bummed because I had requested to have tomorrow off because I have like this every year. I have my parents over, my brother, and I like to have my house a certain way. I like to have it clean. Like I'm not like a total neat freak, but it's been very lived in lately. And my parents really only come over like once a year. And so...
No, they only come over once a year.
So it's important to me to have it be nice and clean and my decorations all good. And I had requested tomorrow off so that I could do all of that and do some cooking and just Christmassy stuff, and nobody would cover for me, so I have to go to work tomorrow morning early.
That's what happens when you cover for everybody else.
That's what happens. Yes, and that's the thing is I was kind of bummed because I really do cover for everyone else all the time. And I get it, it's the holidays, everybody has stuff going on, so I did not blame my coworkers at all.
That's the problem.
What?
You never blame your coworkers.
Well, I understand though, I understand. It's the holidays. They all have family Christmas too. So yeah, I was a little bummed about that, and like Paul said, we haven't had the greatest year. It's been really rough in a lot of ways, and I don't know. Just wasn't feeling it tonight.
Keep it together, Jenny. Don't cry on camera.
I don't. I don't have. I'm not a crier. I cry on the inside.
I might cry.
Part of the reason, like, this past year, we've just, like, we had a discussion the other day that, like, we are not only burning the candles at both ends, but we're burning it in the middle, too. So, yeah, we're just, you know, we need to get some time to actually go on a trip to the beach.
Yeah, I actually had this revelation the other day, like a couple days ago, where it's like, I get up usually about 7:30.
You get up, or you just wake up and go on your phone? Because I'm getting
No,
ready to.
no.
No, I guess you do.
Okay, this
yeah,
is not a
that's about right.
competition.
That's about right. I guess
But
you wake up at 7.
I wake up about 7, get up about 7:30, but from 7:30 until I go to bed, which is usually about 10:30 or 11, when I go upstairs, it is 100% focus on building one business or another.
Yeah. See, Marlene gets it. This time of year is hard on moms for sure. That is so right. And that is part of it too, is like, even though my kids are grown, I have to have their Christmases be, you know, I don't want them ever feeling like anything was done halfway or they didn't have enough stuff to open.
Jenny, your painting is kicking my painting's butt.
It's about time. Now you know how it feels.
I'm not offended. Like, it shouldn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, we have this talk often about like how the other person paints when we paint, and it's like neither of us are trying to one up the other person. We're just painting. And like Jenny took this painting to a whole nother level.
I leveled up.
We should get an electric blanket, I think.
Out here?
No, well, actually, maybe that wouldn't be too bad.
One that goes across our lap and be covered in paint.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about for home. I've been putting the heating pad in the bed before I go to bed and letting it heat up the sheets and the mattress.
Well, I was like thinking like a towel warmer for the bathroom. Oh my gosh, that would be so nice.
But like, I've had circulation issues with my legs since I was young. I've always had cold feet. But like, you know those like the laser pointers that you point at to take temperature of surfaces? Mm-hmm. I've measured 75 degrees on my feet before.
I'm almost done. Are you done with yours?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm just about done.
Let me just make sure. There we go. Yeah, they're pretty close. I feel like maybe the original has a little bit more black in the foreground. That's an easy fix, you know. While Jenny's still dorking around. That's what I call it when I do it. You know, I can come in here and kind of break this up a bit.
Electric blanket is a lifesaver, is what Marlene says. Yes.
Like
I always worry, like, are they like fire hazards now like they used to be? Because I used to remember like electric blankets catching on fire, you know, that stories about that.
I think they have auto shut off.
They should.
Oh, we've dropped down to 62.8 degrees.
Okay. Time to call it done. I've got mine signed.
Okay, cool. See that little tiny extra little bit of black I just put in right there? It really made a big difference, honestly. In fact, I'm going to do a little bit more. How are we looking on time? We are right at 2 hours, pretty much.
That's I'm going to make you a shirt that says, "How are we looking on time?"
It's important.
How are we looking on time?
I know that about the 2-hour spot is where people's attention span goes.
We know it from live teaching because all of our live classes take about 2.5 hours. Lately, sometimes
Oh my gosh.
3. And
We had what, 3 in a row?
yeah, 3 in a row that went 3 hours. And we're always like, you start hearing the big sighs. And then people talk about later, they're like, oh, it was so much fun, I didn't want it to end. But meanwhile, you're there thinking, oh my gosh, they must just hate doing this. And then you find out that it's like, nope, they just sigh because they just sigh. They need more air, I guess.
I don't know. My favorite one is, what's your, okay, so when I say favorite, I'm like being very sarcastic. My least favorite phrase from teaching is, I don't know about this.
I don't really hear that a lot.
Oh, I used to hear it.
You probably hear it a lot because your paintings are hard.
I used to hear it all the time. Well, no, one of the times that I actually heard it the most was when you were teaching and I was bartending.
Oh gosh.
And it was it was one particular person, and they kept saying it over and over again. I'm thinking to myself, no, you don't know because you're not an artist. It's like, it's okay.
Oh yeah, getting people past the
you
rough face. Yeah.
Okay, so Jenny went. I really like how you're. In fact, I feel like this could be one that you could convert for Vine Go. Jenny turned it into a snow globe.
And I kept my tree kind of subtle because I think.
No, you did everything
it
a little
that
bit
way.
more subtle, and I like it.
Yeah, I just wanted it to.
Like, I feel like mine's very heavy-handed and rudimentary by comparison.
And I flipped my canvas because when I turned it that way, I thought this is the way that mine needs to be.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it works. I really like it. Like, I'm actually embarrassed by mine now.
Thank you, Marley. Now you know how it feels when you do that. When you make your your snowman from the guy from Home Improvement.
What were you like hurt by that?
No.
No, I wouldn't think so.
No, it's become a joke, actually. I can't. Do you think it looks like a snow globe or does it look like a bubble?
Doesn't matter.
But what
like here's the thing. Like, it might look like a bubble, but the way people interpret it is, even if it is a bubble, it's like a snow globe.
Yeah. So I saw it as a snow globe where the things were bursting out of it, which is why I put all these like concentrated snow dots around there.
Okay. I got it. No, yours is way better. Could you teach it?
I will tell you guys, I used this. I had a paper plate handy. It's like a little dessert-sized plate, probably Dollar Tree.
Now I'm hungry.
And utilize that, because that circle, I would have had a very hard time painting a perfect circle, but using the plate was great. And I did it with kind of a watered down white and a little brush, and then I came in and I shaded a dark bluish black around the edges, and then added the highlight. And then down here I just kind of kept it subtle because I figured, well, is that a water reflection or is that the bottom of the snow globe? I don't know. I was thinking of it more of like one of those half dome snow globes.
That's the way most of them are.
But then it was like, it's reflecting on the water too. So yeah, I'm happy with it.
Good. Well, I'm glad to see that people can take my inspiration and actually make it look like something. By comparison.
I thought about doing a cityscape in the middle.
Oh, you know what? I forgot to add the extra.
Oh yeah, you have a little weird burst there.
I actually don't think it's necessary.
Well, you might show people what you did so that they know.
I mean, it really isn't necessary.
Do you need a brush here?
No, I got brushes.
Well, you need paint.
I've got paint.
Okay.
That hurt. Okay. What I don't have is a paper towel.
So what I was going to do is
right
I looked up, and that's why I went and got the ruler. I was going to do the Superman logo in the middle, which Greta would have loved. But I just wasn't feeling it. As soon as I got that ruler out, I was like, nope, today is not a day to use a ruler.
So yeah, I just kind of take my number 4 and just kind of create a little slashy little half circle. I actually feel like that actually is necessary on this painting. Okay, that's it. All right, Jenny, bring us back.
Well, thank you guys for joining us for another Christmassy painting.
I turned our heater off.
So we're gonna start freezing momentarily.
You know, reality, isn't it weird how like 62 degrees, like we're 62 point. I bought a little thermometer to put on our desk so we can see. It's 62.8 degrees.
Tell you how tired I am. Yawning on camera.
58% humidity. Isn't it funny how like 62 degrees when you're indoors feels like just amazingly cold?
Yeah,
but
it
like
is.
63 degrees outside
in Oregon, when we're used to like, we're used to temperatures being like, oh, it's 60 degrees. It's time to wear shorts and go golfing.
And a t-shirt. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I went golfing like what, last Sunday or Saturday, one of those days.
Yes.
And I wore shorts, and it was 55 degrees, 53 degrees. But it's weird how like where we live, it's like 63 degrees is literally shorts and t-shirt weather. Mm-hmm. But like if you're sitting indoors and it's 63 degrees, you're like, wow.
You're freezing, and you talk about electric blankets.
Yeah. No, I think we should get an electric blanket.
Yeah.
I honestly think
the dogs will like never get off our bed if we do that.
What? It's 18 degrees outside. Oh, you're in Ohio.
Wow. Yeah. Do you have snow, Marlene? I bet you have snow there. I'm jealous. Of course, you know, my mom grew up in Michigan, and she said they had snow from October to March, and she just was so sick of snow.
One of my very best friends in the whole world lives in just outside of Detroit, and he's my golf buddy, and
he can't go golfing very often.
No, but this year they had a couple of days in October that were like close to 70 in October, and they're usually like way done.
So I am curious, Marlene, when it snows there, because you're so used to it snowing, are you like, is it not a big deal, or do you guys still like get the, like when we're kids, you know, we get that sense of, ooh, oh, it's snowing, I love it.
What we do now as adults.
We do as adults, yeah. But here in Oregon, we're, you know, some years we don't get any snow or just like half an inch.
Well, we did last year.
Last year we got a lot, and we got snowed in when we went on vacation. Also not a big deal. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured too. It's like, oh, yeah, it's like when it rains here. Yeah,
it was funny that last year we got one big snowfall, and it happened to be when we had gone up to Mount Hood to take a 4-day weekend or something. Mm-hmm. And
it was like a 3-day weekend, and we were celebrating our birthdays, and
we
got stuck for an extra 2 days.
I think it was a 4-day weekend is what we had taken, so we ended up staying like 5 nights.
Kind of over it already.
Yeah, we haven't had any, like we haven't even been below 40 degrees, I don't think, even at night yet. The thing is like in Oregon, what's really interesting is our rain comes from the Pacific Ocean, so when we get moisture coming in, it's warmer in general. Like we get I don't want to get into it too far.
Listen to him nerding out.
We get two different patterns. We either come from California, rain coming up from California, which is what we're getting right now, which keeps it warm, or we get rain coming down from Alaska, which is then cold. But
you love summer and heat.
Yeah.
You know, I have always been one who, I liked summer a lot as a kid because I was always outside playing with the hose, all that stuff.
Drinking from the hose because we're Gen X.
We're Gen X, we drink from the hose. But also, as I got older, I was like, I really liked the colder, rainier, snowy seasons. And then this past year, I started a garden. And it was like in my driveway because we don't have, our backyard is like basically in a floodplain. So right now it's loaded with water, but there's not a lot of room for a garden. It's a small lot. And we have a koi pond, so I did a driveway garden, and I was so sad to see my basil die when the cold started here, and all my onions and shallots, like I bonded with them. I watered them all summer long. I'd go out, get home from work, and go out in the dark and talk to them and water them, and so yeah, I realized now I'm like, I really like summer too, but I don't like it when it gets scorching hot and humid here.
What's your perfect temperature? 80 degrees.
Yeah, 75, 80.
Mm-hmm. That's my favorite.
I like that.
I think that's everybody. That's why San Diego.
Time to move to Hawaii.
That's why San Diego's so good. Hawaii's good.
One of my customers yesterday, she's moving to Kauai on the 7th. That was really jealous. Oh, you put a large garden in. Good. Good. The only downside is, as you know, they take a lot of water. That was a shocking amount of like, oh man, I really am tired tonight, and I don't know if I have the energy to go out and water. And then you look at your plants and you're like, oh, they're so sad. If I don't water them tomorrow, they're going to be awful. So,
and I'll let you guys know, just so you know, the beard does not keep you that much warmer, but it does help in the hotter weather, keeping shade.
What would help Paul is putting on some weight.
What are you talking about? Like, I've always wanted to be 15% body fat.
You're underweight by about 20 pounds or so.
No, I'm good. I'm good. I'm where I should be.
All right. Well, I'm going to do a painting probably, I'm going to guess, it'll probably be like Tuesday next week. Maybe Monday, but probably Tuesday. And we'll get something in before Christmas. And if like something goes crazy and I just don't have enough time, we'll do it after Christmas. But it'll be I've got what I'm painting in my head.
Make sure you check out the new website, PaletteKnivesOut.com, and then there's actually links to our other websites from the footer, so check out. I mean, obviously, if you're outside of Portland, there's no point in really checking out Buy and Go.
Yeah, because we'd love to have you, but you might have to fly in.
Yeah, but definitely check out our seatoskygallery.com. I've also been updating our Patreon and coffee.
You good?
I'm good. I've got the hiccups. I've been updating our Patreon and coffee, so when people go there, it actually says Palette Knives Out, not Go Box. No.
Well, we're gonna go off now.
I'm hungry. Okay, guys.
Happy holidays. Thanks
Happy
for painting with
holidays.
us. I did end up having a great time despite not knowing where the painting was going until about the last 15 minutes of it. Sometimes that's the way it goes.
And I am very humbled.
All right. We will see you guys sometime, hopefully early next week.
Early next week.
Bye, Marilyn. Thanks for sticking around.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Boom. End. Done.